Okay, I have two stories for you guys today. The first one is from Independent, which is a news site that I've covered once or twice before. This one is about a new law that was passed in Indonesia about pedophiles. Now, the government might castrate them or even execute them under the new laws that were just passed. And the reason why is because there was this 14-year-old girl who was on her way home from school way back in April. So they've probably been working at this since then. And she got abducted and raped and murdered. And that's terrible. Um, it just says that they can be chemically castrated if they have abused somebody, and that they have a chance to get executed if they've murdered somebody and abused them. And, you know, I'm not entirely sure how I feel about execution, but chemical castration, I don't know exactly what that means either. I don't know if it means they're like making them take something to make them sterile, or if it's like way harsher. But castration for people like pedophiles, I'm not too opposed to, because I mean these people, it's in their head and they're attracted to young people, and that's not right, but it is in their head. So they might be able to stop the urges, like some pedophiles who have been caught before, but it's always going to be on their mind, and it's always going to be in their head. And sometimes the only way that could stop that is if you castrate them. And I don't think that's the worst thing. I mean, I think that I can see why they would do that. Execution, I don't know. Execution, it seems like it's only if they have also murdered them. Oh, or leaves them with psychological trauma or sexually transmitted disease, which is also terrible. All terrible. It's all terrible, but I don't know about execution. It's always a tough subject for people to talk about, if execution is ever necessary. But I can see why they would do that too, because it's completely unheard of. And yeah, it was basically, apparently this girl was raped by 12 men. So that's unbelievable. That's disgusting, and I just don't understand how anybody could do that. It always and I'm it always seems like these terrible sexual things, a lot of them tend to happen in like Indonesia, India, in that area. Like, I'm pretty sure the US government and stuff has like advised women not to take trips to India or anything, because there's so much rape happening over there. So that's terrible. And let me know how you guys feel about this, because I really don't know. I think castration is kind of necessary. I'm not sure about execution, but yeah, kind of sad. Our next story is from USA Today, and Obama just passed a law that is allowing Cuban rum and cigars into the United States. So if you take a trip there, you can take some cigars and rum back. It's not a terribly big story, and it's not terribly exciting, but I think that is pretty cool. There's not really any reason why cigars and rum should have ever been banned. Um, I mean, I'm sure it's nice to enjoy a nice cigar every once in a while. So there's a little bit more to this initiative that and this policy that Obama's planned, but the real main thing about it, and the thing that's going to affect the most people, is the lift on the ban of the cigars and rum. So honestly, I think that's kind of cool. I mean, it's not anything huge at all, but it's Obama's pretty much his last month. Probably he's under a month now left in office, so it's cool that he's getting little things like this done. It also says that their goal is to make it irreversible. The reason why Cuban cigars and rum and stuff were banned was because of the something Castro did, in Cuba. I'm not exactly sure what it is about, but it just takes away some of the freedoms of the people. But they've lifted the ban, and so they're going to be allowed. The Cuban rum and cigars are going to be allowed back into the United States. There's one little paragraph here that says challenges remain and very real differences between our governments persist on issues of democracy and human rights, but I believe that engagement is the best way to address those differences and make progress on behalf of our interests and values. This is something Obama said, and I do agree with that. I mean, I think that is a pretty good way to go about it. It also pretty much says that they're trying to establish a lot of different relationships with Cuba, so that's how they're trying to make it irreversible. You guys can read more on this with the article in the description. Thanks for watching.